How does a tiny, hunted sect challenge the world's most powerful empire? 33 AD, Jerusalem is suffocating. Their charismatic leader has been publicly executed, and his followers are now branded as enemies of the state, a dangerous cult threatening the established order of both Jerusalem and Rome. Official history often paints them as simple wanderers, spreading a message of peace. But the truth is far more dramatic. They were fugitives. Following the public stoning of Stephen, the first to fall for their cause, a brutal signal was sent across the city: leave or die. But something strange is happening. Instead of dissolving in fear, the small group is preparing to execute the most successful underground operation in history. They have no swords, no armies, only a secret powerful enough to unravel an empire from within. Today we go behind the locked doors of the 12 men who vanished into the shadows of the Silk Road and the Mediterranean, infiltrating the very heart of Rome. Forget what you know about the birth of a religion. Brace yourselves, because this is the story of a global manhunt and an intelligence operation that would change the world forever. 34 AD. The air in Jerusalem is brittle, ready to snap. Stephen, a Hellenistic Jew and a voice of the new movement, is dragged before the Sanhedrin. His crime? Blasphemy. But his accusers are not prepared for his defense. He speaks not of apology, but of history, of prophecy, of a truth they refuse to see. His words are a mirror, and the council sees a reflection they cannot bear. Rage ignites the chamber, spilling into the streets. The first stone is cast, not just at a man, but at an idea. For the hidden apostles, this is not just a tragedy. It is a signal, broadcast in the most brutal way possible. The time for open discourse is over. The time for survival has begun. The choice is stark and immediate: go underground or follow Stephen into martyrdom. The exodus is no longer a choice, it is a command written in a colleague's final moments. In a small, suffocating room, the scent of fear and stale bread hangs heavy. The remaining 11 apostles are fractured. Do they stay and fight? Do they flee and scatter? Peter, ever the rock, argues for consolidation, for holding the center. But the others see the closing net. They unroll a map, a crude drawing of the known world, traced with trade routes that are now their only escape. A radical strategy forms, born of desperation and faith. They will not retreat. They will disperse. They will turn the Roman Empire's greatest strength, its vast, interconnected roads and sea lanes, against it. James, the Lord's brother, makes the ultimate sacrifice. He will stay, becoming the anchor in Jerusalem, the fixed point for a movement about to become fluid, intangible, and impossible to contain. He will face the storm so the seeds can be carried on the wind. The group breaks, not in failure, but in purpose. The Silk Road. It is less a road and more a living organism. A great artery pumping goods, gold, languages, and secrets across the Asian continent. Into this chaotic, vibrant flow, men like Thomas and Andrew disappear. They are no longer apostles. They are spice merchants, weavers, humble travelers with nothing but a story to trade. They move through Parthia, Syria, and Mesopotamia, learning to listen more than they speak. They share meals in fire-lit caravanserais, exchanging tales of their homeland for local legends. They don't preach on street corners, they whisper in private courtyards. A shared cup of wine, a question about the stars, a story of a carpenter who spoke of a different kingdom. Each conversation is a carefully planted seed in fertile ground, a node in a network that grows invisibly, woven into the very fabric of ancient commerce. This is infiltration by assimilation. All roads lead to Rome, and for Peter and Paul, this is not a comfort but a challenge. To enter the capital is to walk into the nerve center of the power that wants them eradicated. But they are not fools. They avoid the marble forums and patrician villas. Their destination is the Suburra, the city's sprawling, chaotic underbelly. Here, in the stench of the tanneries and the shadow of the great insulae, they find their congregation. They speak not to senators, but to slaves, dock workers, and foreign merchants, the empire's invisible foundation. In a world built on hierarchy and brute force, their message of intrinsic worth and spiritual equality is revolutionary. They don't build a church of stone, they build a network of people, a secret society hidden in plain sight, growing like a root system beneath the cobblestones of the world's most powerful city. July 64 AD. A fire starts near the Circus Maximus. It is not the first fire in the sprawling, wooden city, but this one is different. It is hungry. For 6 days and 7 nights Rome burns. The city is a funeral pyre for 1,000 years of history. When the embers cool, Emperor Nero finds himself the target of a city's grief and rage. He needs an enemy, a tangible source for this faceless disaster. And his gaze falls upon a small, secretive sect that worships an executed criminal from Judea. The Christians. Their secrecy, once a shield, now becomes proof of their guilt. Whispers in the Senate, accusations in the street. The narrative is set. The carefully constructed underground network is about to be dragged into the light, not for worship, but for persecution. The manhunt that began in Jerusalem has found its terrifying in the smoldering heart of the empire.